Get ready for a wild ride as we dive into some of the most intense and unforgettable NASCAR crashes in history. These aren't your average fender benders. We're talking about incidents that showcase the raw power and unpredictability of these high-speed machines. While NASCAR is renowned for its thrilling races, the crashes are often what leave spectators on the edge of their seats. With cars reaching speeds over 200 miles per hour and drivers navigating in close quarters, accidents are an inevitable part of the sport. And when physics takes over at those velocities, the results can be breathtaking, tragic, or even miraculous. The dark side of NASCAR, unveiling the most terrifying crashes. In this article, we'll explore 5 crashes that highlight the worst-case scenarios in NASCAR. From massive pileups involving dozens of cars to solitary impacts that leave vehicles unrecognizable, we'll take you on a journey through the most harrowing moments in NASCAR history. But here's the catch. We're not focusing on crashes that resulted in fatalities or life-threatening injuries. Instead, we'll delve into the stories behind these incidents, the factors that contributed to them, and the lessons learned. Talladega 2002. The mother of all pileups, the 2002 Aaron's 312 at Talladega holds the record for the largest crash in modern NASCAR history. In terms of the number of cars involved, a total of 31 cars were caught up in this chaotic incident, which occurred during a 312-mile race, covering 117 laps on the 2.66-mile Talladega Superspeedway. With 43 cars on the grid, the race was already a tight affair. Johnny Sauter started on pole and led for 11 laps before falling back and jockeying for position. As the cars entered the back straight, they were looking to gain speed by utilizing the slipstream effect, a common strategy in NASCAR that allows them to reach speeds comparable to F1 cars. However, it was this very strategy that triggered the crash. Driver Kenny Wallace, who was outside the slipstream, lacked the necessary speed coming out of the banking, causing his car to wash out and slow down on the straight. This forced the car behind, driven by Scott Riggs, to take evasive action during a pass. Riggs let off the throttle, which led to Shane Hamill hitting the back of Riggs's car, and then Kevin Grubb crashing into Hamill's rear. This 3-car chain then veered left on the straightaway, colliding with Sauter's car and launching it onto its roof. Because the accident happened before the pack had spread out, it quickly escalated due to the close proximity of the cars. Over 3/4 of the field was involved, and the race was red-flagged for 40 minutes. An astonishing 9 cars failed to finish the race due to this crash alone. Bristol 1990, the guardrail incident. If you've ever wondered what happens when a NASCAR car hits a guardrail head-on at high speed, the 1990 Bristol Motor Speedway crash provides the answer. Michael Waltrip's car broke traction coming out of the second corner on the outside, sliding into the outside wall. While this type of incident is not uncommon, what happened next was extraordinary. The car broke through a gate that was improperly locked, effectively skewering itself on the guardrail. The impact was so violent that it ripped the car open, leaving the wreckage almost unrecognizable. The steering wheel was jutting out at a nearly 90-degree angle, facing the left side of the car. Miraculously, Waltrip not only survived, but raced the next day in the Valleydale Meets 500, qualifying and finishing in 20th place. This incident serves as a stark reminder that even with advanced safety features like roll cages and aerodynamics, a single critical error can put drivers in life-threatening situations. Watkins Glen 2009. The exception to the rule. Watkins Glen International Raceway, also known as the Glen, is one of the few non-oval tracks on NASCAR's regular calendar. While stock cars visit several road courses like Race Sonoma, huge crashes are not typically associated with these venues. However, every rule has an exception, and that exception occurred coming out of Turn 5 during a race in 2009. Watkins Glen has multiple configurations, and this particular race used its shorter 7-turn layout. At Turn 5, known as the Outer Loop, the barrier is lined with tire bundles to prevent cars from hitting the wall at high speed if they go off the track. Unfortunately, these tire bundles can sometimes spit cars back onto the track, which is exactly what happened in this incident. The crash began as a minor incident when Casey Kane lost traction on the exit of Turn 5 and struck Sam Hornish Jr. on the outside, forcing him into the tire bundle. Hornish's car spun violently and was launched back onto the track where it was struck by Jeff Gordon and Jeff Burton. Gordon had no time to react and was forced into the barrier. Thankfully, all drivers walked away from this accident, which could have been far more devastating without the proper safety measures in place. While the overall damage was relatively minor compared to other incidents, this crash highlights the visceral nature of even slight errors during close racing on road courses. Talladega 2012, Last Lap Carnage. Imagine the race is coming to a close with just 2 laps remaining and a full course caution has been called. You're right behind the leading group, bump drafting with the hope of a victory, and cars are going 4 wide across the track. Everyone is jockeying for position, and a single mistake can end the race for the entire field. This is exactly what happened during a fateful race in 2012 at Talladega, as the cars rounded the final corner with the checkered flag less than a mile away. This accident was likely caused by 2 factors: the close proximity of the cars and the desperate bump drafting for the best positions. Bump drafting is a tactic where a driver actively pushes the car in front of them, using their momentum from the lack of air resistance to help the lead car go faster. While it's a legitimate strategy in NASCAR, it can also lead to incidents like this one. In this case, Casey Mears bumped Michael Waltrip past race leader Tony Stewart. Mears and Waltrip were carrying much greater speed than Stewart, who likely wasn't expecting them to be in the lower lane so quickly. As Stewart moved down to defend his position, his rear left quarter panel made contact with Waltrip's car, causing him to spin out and collide with the rest of the field. By the time the checkered flag fell, almost no car was left unscathed. The race results were determined based on positions when the caution was called, with Matt Kenseth securing the victory by avoiding the accident. The most significant injury was a concussion suffered by Dale Earnhardt Jr., a sadly common occurrence in the sport. Daytona 2012, catching a car. Unlike most crashes, this incident occurred after the cars had crossed the finish line, but it encapsulates all the elements we've discussed so far. The chain-link fences that line NASCAR tracks are designed to prevent debris from flying into the crowd, but sometimes that debris is a car traveling at around 200 miles per hour. This was the case in the 2015 Coke Zero Daytona 400, where a multi-car crash resulted in a car soaring over the field and smashing into the catch fence. The crash occurred on the inside lane, with a large number of cars close together after a full course caution. As the race restarted with 2 laps remaining, Kevin Harvick, driving the number 4 car, crashed into Denny Hamlin from behind, pushing him sideways across the line. Chaos ensued, with Austin Dillon's car hitting Hamlin's at high speed, launching Dillon's car into the air. Dillon's vehicle soared over the entire field and collided with the catch fence at full racing speed, shredding the car and sending debris flying into the stands, injuring fans and leading to a lawsuit. This incident required a perfect storm of events: a multi-car crash, a car traveling at high speed, and a direct hit on the catch fence. It damaged over 20 cars in one go and involved one of the most violent deceleration events in NASCAR. Yet all the drivers walked away. It's a testament to the robustness of NASCAR's trackside safety devices, and we can only hope that such a test of the fencing doesn't happen again anytime soon. These crashes serve as a reminder of the inherent risks in NASCAR racing and the importance of safety measures. While we've explored some of the worst incidents, NASCAR has also made significant strides in improving driver safety over the years. So the next time you watch a race, remember the stories of these crashes and appreciate the skill and bravery of the drivers who take to the track. And now we want to hear from you. What do you think about these crashes? Do you have any personal experiences or opinions to share? Feel free to leave your thoughts in the comments below. And let's spark a discussion about the thrilling yet dangerous world of NASCAR.